Well, hello everybody. We'll give it a few minutes to let people log on. I laugh at how people are so sick from that PCC or PPC side, the People's Party of Canada, Maxime Bernier, who's enjoying his respite in Florida. How many of you, raise your hands if you could enjoy a nice retirement stay in Florida? I don't know 99% of Canadians who can do that. And that's the real issue here. It's the 1%. And that's exactly what Maxime Bernier is. He could give two shits less than any of those loyalist of loyal supporters, one of which who's on life support right now, coming around from COVID-19 after 30 long, arduous days. Not a mention, not a word from Maxime Bernier, who enjoyed that fellow's full financial support and that fellow's party in Saskatoon. And he lies in a bed, never to be the same again, Canadians, never to be the same again. I know all kinds of truths of that man's family and medical history. I won't publish it, but it's just funny when those fall. Where's Maxime Bernier? Where's the People's Party of Canada? And are they going to like what's said after that said individual comes out of this? I don't think so. I don't think so. Radicals and lunatics are always the worst. Maxime Bernier works for Justin Trudeau. Anyone who doesn't see that, you've got to have a screw loose. He promises full-on autocracy. He uses COVID-19, as all the politicians do, for his narrative. It destroyed the CPC, that's clear. Aaron O'Toole's Conservatives go their direction towards the leftist ideals, they claim, because they have to fix the damage done. It's driven a wedge in the party, and it's people's lunacies. It's people's need for full autocracy, the herd mentality, the flock mentality that's human nature. And over again in history, all these rebellious ideas always lead us further into dictatorships. Always been that way. But today's video is about vaccine choice. It's very clear, according to the data, like many other things in this world and civil rights. You can have a civil right, but it means you got to pay for it. A lot of us pay for many civil rights, way more than everybody else. If you don't want the civil right, don't pay for it. The United States of America, they don't have that kind of public health care system. They don't. It's a two-tier where you want those kind of rights, you can have them, but it's going to cost you. And I can promise you, just personal friends of mine on the front line who went down with COVID, you ask their families, how good does it feel with all those bills and now their husband gone? How does it feel? How does COVID-19 feel? Doesn't feel very good at all. Doesn't feel very good at all. Tens of thousands of dollars in bills. That's what comes in the United States of America when you go on ICU. Not the same in Canada. We all get it. We all get ICU whenever we need it. Canada's great at dealing with emerging situations where it's life and death. Canada's terrific at it. That's the best thing the public healthcare system is good for. Unfortunately, with something like COVID-19 and people saying, I don't want to be vaccinated, and we again and again the numbers of those in ICU, almost all anti-vax, very large number, besides those with other conditions that would have led them into ICU anyway. COVID's not going to help. A vaccine isn't going to save them. It isn't going to save everybody. 94% efficacy with mRNA vaccinations. And you see that percentage in ICU again and again and again. You see it, especially those over that age with pre-existing conditions. However, a massive majority of the numbers are unvaccinated. It's a shitload of money. It costs a substantial amount of money. Now, if you want to be pro-choice, just like smoking, just like drinking, just like driving a car, and we could go on and on and on. Everybody who wants to enjoy certain civil rights, there comes with a financial cost you have to pay. You have to pay. That's reality. Cry, whine, roads I'm driving on right now. Those aren't free, they cost money. The drivers bear the brunt of it through insurance, registration, and licensing. Your taxes, your carbon tax. I pay a resounding amount to drive the GT every day to stay employed this winter. That's my choice. Or I could take a crappier job, leave the trades, live in a less situation, lower third class. I could live in subsidized housing, but I choose not to. I choose to raise my children, pay my taxes, whether those are fair or not. I pay them. I choose to because I want a higher quality of life. I want more for my children. Anti-vax is no different. You can be anti-vax, which is pro-choice, but there must be a cost for that because I don't want to pay for your right and freedom. I got vaccinated. I'm not dead. Everybody keeps saying this with no rhyme or reason, no real evidence or supporting data. I go to work every day. I know hundreds and hundreds of people fully vaccinated. No problems. No problems whatsoever. It's been many months for me. And these lunatics try to say this and that. Oh, I got lots of friends who died. Well, geez, none of my family members died. In all kinds of age groups, they're all vaccinated. Just like a majority of the population. Do you know how sick and tired people are going to get? Especially when the equalization numbers come in this year coming. Do you know how sick of people are going to get of you and your rights at everybody else's expense? Smokers don't get it. People who drive don't get it. User fees, those who use the most gotta pay. If you're anti-vax, that's your choice. I believe in pro-choice. Just like I smoke cigarettes. I drive a big truck. I choose to drive across the GTA every day of my life so that I can work. Otherwise, I sit in Alberta on EI waiting for the next shutdown to come in the spring, living like shit in a lower third class status. Not interested. Not interested. And people want to tell me, a guy who's worked his entire life, who's paid way more into the system than I've ever taken out, and it's still not enough. We have radical deficits. And you people, and I say that, you people want to be your version of a pig at the trough. And the politicians use it and exploit it. And some sit in Florida all winter enjoying it, enjoying the government funding off the tit. Privy Council members leading a radical party, laughing all the way to the bank, never really working a day in their life. Certainly not there for those who did the most for them in the worst financial situation. Surely expense not one word for them. It will be amazing to hear what comes when that person comes out of what they're going through. I can't wait for it. Can't wait for it. I'm glad of the decisions I make. I'm glad I stay with the truth, no matter the cost. That's a real one. And that's what I'll always be. And I will never allow this party to go to the liars, the losers, the hypocrites, and the lunatics. Never. Whether they want to call themselves left or right, they all have the same underlying issue. It isn't about left and right. It's about me, I, and full-on dictatorship, full-on civil law socialist, because that's what all these people promise. At all kinds of expense to everybody else when they can't even pay their own bloody bills. You'll find most of them all are on, oh, I can't work, I'm medically unfit to work, but yet I can fight at a freedom rally, I can march, I can do all these things, but I can't lift a sack of potatoes because I'm not able to work. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. It's socialism. Don't kid yourself. Most of these people are radical socialists looking for their handout, looking for their rights entirely at everybody's expense. And in Canada, under our healthcare system, it is at everybody else's expense. All of us who work full-time each and every day, and they will take more from us. All of those NDP and Liberals, they will take more of us who work to feed those who don't, until there's nothing left for anybody, and guys like myself can't even afford to go to work. That's the scam. And it'll eventually lead to a mass exodus to the United States, because that's what happens to all countries that fall to radical socialism. That's what happens. Maxime Bernier is not a friend of the people. He's not People's Party. He's People's Autocracy. He works for Justin Trudeau. He collects a handsome check as a Privy Council who's signed off by none other than Justin Trudeau. All former Privy Councils are. Their lifetime, whether they serve in a current committee or not, that's what they get. Maxime Bernier gets that every day of the week, every month. It's about $5,500. Go check it out, people. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. But yet you'll champion this guy as hero of the people. Hero of the peoples in Florida. Living it up, living the dream, while you're all suffering. That's your Maxime Bernier, People's Party of Canada. A loser, a joke. Not even there for one of his prized MP candidates. Prized person. Fighting for his life the last 30 days. Not even a mention, not even a word of support. Because he's a liar, a hypocrite, and an autocrat. And he works for Justin Trudeau. You've all been bamboozled. And that's why a lot of you can't be in the PCC. We can't have those who are that easily victim folly to that kind of narrative. You'll destroy our party, and we don't want nothing to do with it. Thanks, that's my video. Share, share, share. I don't really care who I offend, as you can notice. And you can look at my history. They come at me from the left or right. They throw me under the bus, as a lot of those who supposedly follow me did, even though not one of my videos ever supports anything people accuse me of. Even when people write comments, I answer them, then they turn around and change their comment to try and make me look like something I'm not. Very pathetic. Losers. And I will have nothing to do with any of you. You're garbage. Garbage. Just like the Green Party, all garbage. Running on the same narrative. It's just a different policy altogether, but the same autocracy. You don't fool this guy, you won't be in our party. That's my video. Bye now.